Good day, everybody, and welcome back. I decided I'm going to make a video on this. So I've got this nail in here, and I know there's a lot of different videos out there talking about removing nails and doing plugs, and how people talk about like the differences between ATV tires and car tires. Well, one of the biggest things is the way that these tires are built. As I try to pull this nail out, they're pretty similar, and like there's belts going through this way here that hold it together, and obviously there's belts going this way that hold it together. So when I actually pull this out, I'm hoping that might be big enough for me to push a plug through. I'm going to try to do this without reaming this hole out. What I mean by reaming is if you've got a tire repair kit like I've always got on the machine. So this tool right here, if it'll focus on it, this one right here is the reaming tool. So you get this here, put a little bit of glue on it, which I just have this stuff here, the rubber cement. That's what it is, rubber cement. And I bought this tube here at Canadian Tire. I'll probably end up having to buy another tube, of course. So this reaming tool here, and the problem is when you go in and ream it, you can actually do a little bit more damage to the tire. So I really try not to do that. And of course, this is your pull tool right here, which this thing has seen cleaner days, I'm sure. What I do is, because this is in the back of my box, this thing here gets mashed up a lot. So what I do is I roll it up in toilet paper and I put it all in this so that this thing here doesn't get all smashed up, so I can keep using it. So when I get out there and I need a plug, that's not hard as a rock. So doing these plugs, they can be difficult. And one of the reasons I wish I had a tire shop locally that, or even I could do this myself. Yeah, the there's gonna leave it, let it, doesn't matter. Oh yeah, that's definitely, that looks like almost like a railway spike. That is old school. Look at the shape of that. Look at the shape of that. That is really, really old. Almost like it's a square head. That's a man-made nail. That was done by hand. Look at that. Old school. Most likely picked that up on the trail. So this thing had about, I don't know, 7 pounds in it. So I'm going to let this thing air down. I don't actually have my tool right on me to release the air. Because one thing you don't want to do is try to fill this up with glue, because it'll actually just blow the glue out. So I'm pretty sure I can get my tool in there without reaming it. So what I do sometimes is, to prolong this, is I'll actually cut this in half, because you actually don't need the whole length. It's kind of wasteful to put a whole length in it. I can honestly say I've cut these things apart several times, and that one right there was the hardest one I've had for some reason. Okay, so if this will focus on this, this is I had to clean this out a little bit there. You can just see this. That's not really focusing on it very well, but I just cleaned this all out so that it'll go in there easy enough. What I find, what you have to do is, and if you cut this, you got it at a slight angle, it'll help you a little bit. But you just flatten this end out as much as you can. Flatten her out so you can actually get it through right there. So it's going to look like this. I don't know why at the end there it focused on the last one right about there. There it is. So it's going to go in there like that. Now some of you guys might disagree with me and not want to do it so short. But like I said, I've done this before. And the thing is with these tires, that material is not ready. It's not thick. It's not that thick at all. So once you get this thing pushed in there and you've got that thing turned and it's lubricated good enough, when you give this thing that quick pull, it'll stay there. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, unfortunately, I just tried putting the tool in there, and I'm going to have to ream that hole out, which is, I did not want to do that. So right after making a whole big mess here of glue, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in this hole. It's got to really ream it. This is going to be out of focus, and honestly, I'm trying to watch what I'm doing here on the camera, and there she goes. So that's all the way through. So now, this is the thing, this is what I don't like, is having to ream that out like that. See how you pull material? See how I'm actually pulling rubber out of there? And that's what it means about reaming your tire. And that's just so that plug can fit. Look at it. Look at it all coming out. Look at the flakes. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So they're pulling the flakes out. All right. Okay, so now with that done, I'm now going to coat this with glue. And what I do is I just kind of start that right there, and I'm going to coat this in glue, and I kind of have to do this part off camera, obviously, because I need both hands. Okay, now I've got glue coated all the way around that, like what you're supposed to have, and now I just got to find the angle go ahead, push this sucker in until she's through. There she is right there. So that's through right there. So there's not much left. I just like to push it in there because I don't like a whole lot left. So I'll give this thing a quick turn. Make sure she's got all the glue in there. She's good. So now, just give this thing a real quick pull and it should be setting there. Ready? Done. So that little line right there in the middle, you guys can just see that's where you do. But you have to pull this quick out so that it gets to sit in there. But again, that's only half one. So that's going to be in there. All that glue will help sit. All this other stuff right here, like you see the old rubber, that's one of the reasons you got to ream it out. But I don't like doing that because, like I said, you take a lot of rubber out. All right, so that's that video right there. I'm going to leave it with that. That's how you repair a tire. As you're going to tell, I literally just finished my other video of the tire discussion. So, and I did say I'm selling these tires. So want to make them look as good as they can, and I don't want it completely obvious that there's a plug in this tire, because nobody likes an ugly plug. So that's why I try to make them nice and clean. So I'm going to go ahead and air this tire up real quick, and I'll show you that she's holding there. Alrighty, so I got her filled up, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, one of the things I really hate and I regret is I put beads in these tires, and whoops, fingers in the way. Yeah, I put beads in these tires to help, and I can't get that little, I don't know, it's a really small J, I don't even know what the heck that is, Vision or whatever it is. If you have vibration issues, don't put beads in, because even with the valves that they give you, these things, I'm using my gun and I've got to trick this out like crazy, pushing different angles and stuff like that. And then sometimes when you go to check the tire pressure, when I actually go to try to check the tire pressure, when I do this, that thing gets stuck, even though it's actually the one that they give you, the valve I'm talking about. So whatever you do, don't put beads in. But anyway, so right now, I'm just going to show you it's down here, and I'll hit it, and right there, she's right around 10 pounds, and that's where I want her. And you can see right there, she's not bubbling, oozing, nothing. So that's going to go ahead and cure, and she'll be good to go. So once again, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys found this video useful, as I try to help you guys maintain your vehicle and give you guys some knowledge and help you out. So once again, thanks a lot for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.